Prabhupada ki Bhagavad Gita ki Go Brande. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Very special day today. A lot of you are wearing yellow clothes, and we want to thank you for that. Adds festive color to it, and a special reason for this. We'll get into that today, all right? But first, let us say this prayer to invoke auspiciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 We're going to read from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 10, verse number 35. It's very relevant to today's celebration. Right? Please repeat after me. Brihat Sama Tatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Ritunam Kusumakara. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Of the hymns in the Sama Veda, I am the Brihat Sama. And of poetry, I am the Gayatri. Of months, I am Marga Shirsha, November, December. And of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Spring is a season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and trees blossom and flourish. In spring, there are also many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastime. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons. And it is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna, spring. It's the representative of Krishna. Krishna says, of seasons, I am the flower-bearing spring. So Prabhupada states it very beautifully here. ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today is a very auspicious day. It is known as Vasanta Panchami. You can see in this picture we have Radha Krishna deities. In ISKCON they're wearing all yellow. Our deity is here, resplendent in yellow, and the garlands are also yellow. So it is a special festival celebrated all over the world, especially in India, because it heralds the beginning of spring, the spring season, which is a representative of Krishna. And the blossoming of yellow mustard flowers, especially in North India, you see fields and fields of these beautiful mustard flowers, a picture of them here. Krishna says that of all seasons, he is the flower-bearing spring. Now, in northern India, where the sacred land of Vrindavan, Brajadham, is manifest, this season is particularly pleasant because over there, winters actually get quite cold. The cold really goes into your bones. It's really cold. Temperature-wise, you can't compare to here, but if you're living in India, it's actually pretty cold. Even if you go from here, it feels cold. So when the winter is over and the spring is starting, it becomes very pleasant. And it's not too hot because even the heat there is pretty intense. In the summertime around this time, the breezes are gentle. Now in Vraj in particular, this day kicks off the festive season of Holi. That's right. Holi, you think Holi is very far away? No, in Vrajdam it starts today. They're really into it. Now some people may think, Holi is just, no, it's not just one day. In Vraj, Vasanta Panchami marks the start of how many days of Holi? 40 days. Oh yeah, so the devotees in the back are having a hard time sitting, so if the devotee in the front can slide forward, then it'll be easier for the devotee in the back to say, yeah, come forward, please, yeah. I don't bite, come, not anymore, come. Please come forward. Yes, Hare Krishna, thank you. Yes, please come forward, yes, good. Oh, ladies also, please, yes. You too, apparently there's some demand back there as well. Hare Krishna. So 40 days of colors throwing, they can't get enough of it. And it can get quite boisterous, so watch out. If you're in that area, you get colors. All right? It's very beautiful. Like if you have nice clothes, Just watch out. Now, the highest expression of pure love of Godhead in all of existence is seen in the Rasa Leela of the Lord. Sometimes this Rasa Leela is misunderstood. But this is the Supreme Lord Himself, the absolute truth, and His internal energy exchanging expressions of pure spiritual love. Now, the main Maharasa Leela takes place on what day? Sharad Purnima. Sharad is which season? Autumn. Autumn, fall. This is not autumn. But the Lord also enacts another Rasa Leela in the springtime known as Vasanti Rasa Leela. And that happens today. Vasanti. Remember, when the seasons transition from very hot to cold, then that transition is actually quite nice. It's pleasant. So that happens in the fall, in the autumn season, because transitioning from the super heat. But it also happens around this time when transitioning from the super cold. So it's really nice. And the Lord said, okay, this is a good time, we'll do Rasa Leela. This Vasanti Ras, where the moon stays up throughout the night to light up the pastime of the Lord. And this takes place by a lake called Chandra Sarovar. It's named after the moon. Now, normally the moon, it kind of moves. Have you seen it? It doesn't stay in one place. Like it's maybe for a few hours and it's gone somewhere else. But on this night, it stays in one spot like a spotlight to highlight Lord Krishna's Rasa Leela. You know? And although it is Panchami is the 5th day of the waxing moon, on this night, it manifests as a full moon to get the full resplendent. Now there's a beautiful song. There's a beautiful song called Vasanti Ras. Anyone heard of Vasanti Ras song? No? Okay, I'll tell you about it. It has only 3 stanzas, very easy to sing. It is written by Narottam Das Thakur, one of the greatest acharyas. Many of our bhajans come from Narottam Das Thakur. And it is a good day to sing this song. But first, let us read the translation, okay? So you can meditate on the meaning. When I read the translation, you'll understand what song it is. I know most of you know this song. It says that beautiful Vrindavan is filled with Chintamani gems and many jewel palaces and temples. That's the name of that song is Vasanti Ras. Yeah. Many regal swans play in the waters of the Yamuna, Rajahansa. And in those waters, a splendid golden lotus, golden colored lotus. Lotuses are not usually golden, they're pink or blue. Golden colored lotus is blossoming. In the middle of that lotus, Tara Madhye, is a golden place surrounded by 8 petals. Ashtadale. 8 petals. On these 8 petals, the 8 principal gopis are residing. So you can see how beautiful the petals must be in the gopis. So envision this. And this happens on this Vasant Panchami. And in the center, Shama Sundar, Krishna, and Sundari, Radhika, they're sitting on a jewel throne. Right? Ratnastale Beshtita, they're sitting on the jewel throne. The great beauty of the divine couple and their charming joking. Hasya Parihasya. They're joking with each other. Spiritual world is not stiff and serious. They're joking and laughing and playing. They're continuously showering nectar everywhere. And Narottam Das Thakur, who wrote this, he prays, I pray that these beautiful eternal pastimes of the divine couple may be always manifest in my heart. So we'll sing this. It's just 3 stanzas. It won't take very long. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara. Now you sing. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Abheta Kalindini राजा हमसा केली करे ताहे शोभे कनक हर मध्ये हिमपीठ अष्टादले वेष्टिता अष्टादले प्रधान नायिका Everyone sing. Taramate Ratnasane Boshiache Durijane Shama Sange Sundari Radhika Orupala Rashi Amiya Pariche Kasi Hasya Parihasa Sambhashane Narottama dasa koe nitya lila shukha mohe sadai spurta mora mane. Haribo, Hare Krishna. Wow. Very beautiful meditation. You know how we have beats, like you have a 2-beat, you know, 2-tal or 3-tal. Anybody know what beat is this? How many beats this song is? 7, that's right. 7, it's a very complex beat. So thank you, Vraj, very complicated beat, flawless execution. So Vraj played it very beautifully. It's not easy to play this beat, okay? It's auspicious for many reasons. Today is also the divine appearance day of Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi, the wife and eternal consort of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can see the picture of her, right? She embodies the highest standard of selfless devotion and renunciation. After Mahaprabhu took sannyas, she dedicated her life to strict austerities, worshipping his deity. She worshipped Lord Chaitanya's deity. And she maintained herself by eating only grains that she'd counted. Like if she would count 1 month, she'd put aside 1 grain of rice and she would chant. And then she would cook that rice at the end of chanting. And then first she would feed her mother-in-law, Sachi Mata. And then whatever's remaining, she would live on that. She became very, very thin because of her strict austerity. But her unparalleled love and sacrifice served as a model for the deepest separation. This is called Viraha Bhakti. Bhakti in separation, love in separation of the Lord. She exemplifies the mood of the gopis and the ultimate sacrifice in devotional service, teaching us that Krishna is the only goal of life. She shows the importance of unwavering faith. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, she was how old? Anyone know? She was only 16. Yeah. They can see the depth of her devotion. She would hold on to these lotus feet in the form of his slippers and just worship them. Of course, she's an eternal energy. So today we can respect and offer our obeisances to Vishnu Priya Devi. Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi ki jai. It is also the appearance of Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Now, Pundarik Vidyanidhi was an exalted associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was actually quite old. He was much older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was the god brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru. He was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, right? And he was the god brother of Ishvara Puri, right? And secretly, although he was a very wealthy, aristocratic person, he had a palace, and he was always wearing nice clothes and silken bedding and just super luxury. But secretly, he was a Rasika Vaishnava. Rasika Vaishnava means fully absorbed in the taste of Krishna consciousness. Anytime you would hear a verse describing Krishna's mercy, he would immediately fall into ecstasy and roll on the ground and cry tears and display the highest symptoms of prema bhakti. So Mahaprabhu affectionately called him Prema Nidhi. Vidya Nidhi means ocean of knowledge, but he's Prema Nidhi, ocean of love. And he has been honored as the incarnation of Vrishabhanu. Vrishabhanu is the father of Srimati Radharani. So sometimes when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would get into a certain mood, he would call him Baba or Father, because he would get in the mood of Srimati Radharani and he recognized, this is my father. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, initially mistaken as a materialistic man due to his luxurious lifestyle, was actually a Mahabhagavata. So this goes to show these external circumstances, external symptoms are not something to judge someone's internal Krishna consciousness by. This is the lesson of Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is the lesson of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And he taught that external appearances can be misleading, and one should recognize devotion through bhava, the inner mood. His deep emotions while hearing Krishna's glories transformed even people around him, including Gadadhar Pandit, who later became his disciple. Yeah. So he's a great, great Vaishnava. He's an incarnation. So today, on Vasanta Panchami, you can see Pundarik Vidyanidhi is also wearing yellow. It's a very special day, and his appearance is today. It is also the appearance day of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis. Very special day. Raghunath Das Goswami was actually born in a very rich family. Zamindars, landlords, landowners, massive. They were the billionaires of their day. But he was himself the embodiment of extreme renunciation. So he's showing the opposite lifestyle of Pundarik Vidyanidhi. He forsook, he left behind all the wealth of his family to join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And under the guidance of Sarup Damodar and later on Rupa Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, he lived on minimal sustenance. He just ate a little bit, very tiny bit, fully absorbed in the divine pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So he is one of our 6 Goswamis, Raghunath Das Goswami. His bhajan in Vrindavan was very intense. This is something to learn for us, that, these are our heroes. For those of us who want to become more Krishna conscious, these great souls are our heroes. For them, it didn't matter so much the luxuries or lack of luxuries. So, you know what that means? That means they didn't stress about these things. This is something for us to learn. We get stressed and worked up about so many little things. Especially if you become accustomed to particular luxuries, it's very hard to come down. It's very painful. isn't it? Sometimes it's better, we think, oh, we're so much happier when we're living simpler. Now it's just more difficult. When we have more property and more money coming, but somehow we yearn for the other days. Somehow. It just goes to show making our life more complex doesn't necessarily make us happier. And adds to the anxiety. But what they're showing us is that anxiety has nothing to do with our external circumstances. And therefore, there's no need to have any anxiety. This is what we learn. So his intense bhajan in Vrindavan, along with his compositions, very deep books he's written, very famous one, Manashiksha, that we can use to understand how to practice Krishna consciousness pragmatically. They continue to inspire our lineage, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas in the path. They inspire us in divine, intimate service of the divine couple, Radha Krishna. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami ki jai. We continue on the streak of auspiciousness. It's also the appearance day of Shri Raghunandan Thakur. So, these are great souls. Raghunandan Thakur, as a child, a very young child, he is a prodigy in Krishna consciousness. He had so much love and so much intense devotion, he got the deity of his Gopinath to come and eat. Literally eat the offering. Why are you not eating? And he made the deity eat. And the deity, okay, I'll eat. Demonstrate his pure love. Because he had so much faith. This is Krishna. His parents told him this is Krishna. Well, if it's Krishna and supposed to eat, what's going on? I get in trouble if I don't eat. You better get in trouble if you're not going to eat. He had so much love and purity and simplicity. He was a disciple of Narhari Sarkar Thakur. And Raghunandan Thakur is also considered incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj because of his simplicity. And in childhood, he had so much pure love. So today is a day of breaking stereotypes of what it means to be a pure devotee, what it means to be advanced devotee. Oh, he's rich, oh, he can't be devotee. Oh, he's so poor, he can't be devotee. No, rich and poor has nothing to do with it. Oh, he's living a particular lifestyle, there it can't be. No. Look at the bhav, their actual inner behavior. So Raghunandan Thakur, his father's name was Mukunda Das. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once came to Mukunda Das and gave his blessings to Raghunandan Thakur. And he was so impressed to see that little boy so advanced in his Krishna consciousness. And Mahaprabhu asked Mukunda Das, Mukunda, are you Raghunandan's father and he's your son, or is he your father and you're his son? Tell me so that I can put my doubts to rest. And Mukunda tells him what? No, Mahaprabhu, Raghunandan is my father. I am his son. Rest assured. Because whatever devotion we have comes from him. Therefore, I see him as my father. And when he heard Mukunda's answer, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so thrilled. And he said, yes, he is the one. Whoever we imbibe devotion is certainly our guru. He may be your own son. Even Mother Devahuti, her guru was who? Kapil Dev. And Kapil Dev was who? Her own son. So today is his appearance anniversary. And this is an interesting story that Prabhupada would quote this story also. This is an important day for reflecting on stereotypes. Krishna consciousness, bhakti is not limited by a particular stereotype. And Prabhupada came and broke so many more stereotypes. People thought, oh, unless you have Indian origin, you can't practice Krishna consciousness. Unless you come from Brahminical birth, you can't do yagyas. All these stereotypes, he broke them. Because these stereotypes are not reposed in reality. The soul is what matters. We are all souls, every single one of us. Doesn't matter. Black, white, yellow. It doesn't matter what color our skin is. We are all children of God. So that's Raghunandan Thakur. Okay, we continue in this divine parade. Today is also the disappearance anniversary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one of the greatest Gaudiya Vaishnava acharyas and philosophers. His contributions to the philosophical clarification in his writings are immense. If you read Prabhupada's purports, you will remember, oh wait, Prabhupada, I've heard this name, Vishwanath, comes over and over again. Prabhupada explains, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says such and such. Who is this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? That's him. And if you look at the lineage, He is there. He's the spiritual master of Baladev Vidya Bhushan. Baladev Vidya Bhushan is spiritual master of Jagannath Das Babaji is right here. So you see the connection. He's not far away. Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. So we are not very far away from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What he did was he deeply established the philosophy of Raganuga Bhakti. Raganuga Bhakti means spontaneous loving devotion to Krishna, which goes beyond the structured loving devotion. Structure and discipline, you need it to get started. But you have to get to a point where the love becomes spontaneous and you're driven by affection, not by rules. That's where you want to be. But you can't just pretend that you're there. So he said, no, that's the goal, but we have to work toward it. And he protected our sampradaya, our lineage, from philosophical deviations. He's given profound commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all the works of Rupa Goswami. He's given commentaries on the works of the Goswamis. Very deep commentaries to help us understand better. And of course, Prabhupada gave commentaries on Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's work to help us understand better. It's just the nature of time. We need to constantly imbibe the spirit and keep retransmitting and retranslating because time changes everything. So he was one of the stalwarts. You know the song Samsara Dava Nalalira Loka? We sing it every morning in every ISKCON temple. That's composed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Daily we sing it. Mangalarti, the very first song we sing in the day. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. It is also an auspicious day because what's going on right now, we're witnessing a celestial spiritual event that only happens once in 144 years. It's called the Maha Kumbh Mela. You must have heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, wait, who is not hearing of this Maha Kumbh Mela? Everybody is hearing of it. Even the Westerners are going there, and it's like a big deal because it only happens once every 144 years. What's the chance that you're going to see the next one? Very slim. Very slim. Unless you really do green smoothies, juicing, then maybe some chance. Yeah, you gotta have the green smoothies. So yeah, it's an opportunity. So many planets are aligned in this time frame, and it is estimated that 450 million people. Not 45 million, 450 million people are taking a dip in that. The whole population of US and Canada is also not 450 million together. And they're actually doing it. Tens of millions, I think a few 100 million have already taken their bath. At the confluence of three sacred rivers, Triveni Sangam, Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati. Speaking of Saraswati, today is also a special day honoring the goddess of learning, Saraswati. And especially auspicious day to start new things. So here we see Saraswati Devi directing one of her devotees to take shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see, so this devotee, Keshav Kashmiri, he was a devotee of Saraswati, and she told him, no, I'm not the main one. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself. He is the one you should be worshipping. So it's a good day to begin your spiritual learning if you've not started. We take the blessings of Rasamai Saraswati Devi, who is also known as Narayani. Now, Srimati Radharani is also known as Moola Saraswati. She is the root of all Saraswatis. So ultimately, when we worship Srimati Radharani, all the incarnations of Devis are already worshipped. She is the original feminine energy, just as Krishna is the original male. So generally, we approach Saraswati Devi for blessings in our material learning and knowledge acquisition, right? We need to learn so many things. I'm not saying don't learn. We should learn so many things, right? Reading, writing, arithmetic, prompt engineering. Otherwise, we can't survive in this AI world. You need to know so many things. That's right. I'm not saying you learn them. But absolutely critical is spiritual knowledge. This flows from the mercy of Srimati Radharani. When her blessings are there, only then can we receive the understanding of Lord Shri Krishna. and the science of Krishna consciousness. Srimati Radharani's blessings have to be there. So today is the day of Vasanta Panchami, where we also honor Saraswati Devi. Now, we honor Saraswati Devi every day, by the way, in ISKCON. You know that, right? We read this famous verse in the first canto. You can recite with me. Narayanam namaskritya naran chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. So, before reading Srimad Bhagavatam, every day we read Bhagavatam, we recite this verse. So, and the translation, it says, before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. So we offer them obeisances every single day. Today we can honor her with special remembrance. Now, we're in the Northeast US, although actual springtime here in the Northeast is still some time away. We can feel good that March and April are just around the corner, right? Springtime is a joyous time and flowers blossom. It gives us hope for renewal and reinvigorates our outlook, giving us hope. Remember that of seasons, Krishna says he is Kusumakara, the flower-bearing spring. When we look around in springtime, looking at the flowers blossoming, we can reflect and meditate and learn so much from them. What do we learn from flowers blossoming? The importance of planting the right seeds. The importance of watering the seeds. The importance of removing weeds. And the importance of patience. You have to be patient too. Here they're moving very quickly, but don't move that fast. You have to have patience. We need patience. And then we can offer those beautiful flowers to Supreme Lord. Those are flowers of love. That is the miracle of spring. We can learn so much. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we learn of another seed that grows into a beautiful creeper that eventually blossoms. This is known as the Bhakti Lata. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. Wandering all over the universe, a rare, fortunate soul, Kona Bhagyavan Jiva, receives the mercy of Lord Krishna, who then arranges for him to meet a bona fide spiritual master. The Guru then imparts the Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of the creeper of devotion. What is the seed? The seed is the method, what to do, the rules, the regulation. That's what the spiritual master gives. And then when we receive it, we water it. And when we water it, gradually it grows. This delicate creeper grows upward toward the spiritual world, where it finally rests and blossoms into the fragrant flower of love of God at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. But for this to work, we have to take personal responsibility. The hard part is this. Always remember Krishna, never forget him. It's easy to put on tilak. It's easy to put on some traditional Indian clothes. That part is not difficult. What is difficult is to change our inner heart and always try to remember Krishna in everything we see. That's why Krishna says in Gita, of seasons I'm this, of fish I'm shark. Like if you're in the ocean, when you see a shark, well, this is Krishna, like different things, right? This is most powerful. Of animals, I'm the lion. We have to remember Krishna. This is hard. That's why Krishna gave us so many angles to remember him by. This is difficult. It requires sustained effort of a lifetime to be a genuine servant of Krishna in our heart of hearts. The main method is hear a lot about Krishna. Read, hear, find someone who you can connect with. Find a devotee you can connect with to hear from them again and again. Then what happens after hearing? You get remembrance, smaranam. Shravanam, kirtanam, smaranam. Always remember Krishna. Never forget him. Then we have to take our own responsibility, and I'll just end with this quote. Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita, in the purport, says, Krishna consciousness brings one into spiritual life even while one is within the jurisdiction of matter. For it is an arousing of spiritual existence by practice in the material world. The more one is advanced, the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial toward anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duties in an effort to control the senses and conquer the influence of desire and anger. See, I've highlighted that. Means we have to do our part. We have to learn to control our senses, be nice to each other, be kind, conquer the influence of anger. That means be nice, Conquer the influence of desire gradually. This is a process, but we have to take some responsibility. And attaining Krishna consciousness by controlling the above mentioned passions, one remains factually in the transcendental stage. Because by nature, the soul is transcendental. By nature, we are all lovers of God. It's just covered over. We have to clean out the covering. We're not inventing ourselves into something new. We are unlearning things that are actually detrimental to us. That is what the Krishna conscious process is about. It's not about becoming something we are not. No, it's about being yourself. But first you have to find yourself. That is called the science of self-realization. You just realize who you actually are. And then only can we be happy, otherwise we cannot. That's what Krishna consciousness is about. It's a science. It's not a religion. Yes, it's classified as a religious organization, but it's a science. Why science? Because if you try it, you'll see it works. Consistent. It's democratic. It's replicable. It always works if you follow the system. What is the main method of practicing spiritual life in this age? Yes, we're going to chant. We have to chant this Maha Mantra, magical, powerful, moving. Let us chant 3 times together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Come on, loud, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Vasanta Panchami Ritu ki, Nitai Go Premanande, Hare Krishna. So, anybody have any comments or questions? We have about 1 minute. Actually, I think it's 0 minutes. All right, the ladies in yellow are here, so the curtains are going to close. Okay, looks like there's no question. Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna.